What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're finally live. Better late than never. We'll just say that. Had some internet issues, as sometimes happens, but we're good to go. We're back up and running, ready to rock and roll here on this Sunday. What is up? I see everybody in the chat. We had 400 people waiting, something insane like that. Something insane like 400 people waiting for this. You guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely nuts. Thank you so much. Let me refresh this. Hopefully everything's coming across good. I just had to reset the entire router. Hadn't done it for a while, so I don't know. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's all that it needed. Just a little reset. If something goes wrong with my fucking internet, with the amount I pay every month to you fucks, you stupid fucks at Comcast, you pieces of fucking garbage, if anything goes wrong during this stream, man, it's not going to be a good day for the Comcast customer service people. They might not even understand me. I don't know if they speak English or not, but whatever. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let me see what's going on here in the chat. Let me scroll up at least as much as I can. I see Selena Red Wine. I see Lucovelli. I see Lulu Blue. I see Benzo. I see Hypnotic. I see Jamie. I see Darth Sand, Wastelander, Josh T, Jesus, my nerdy home, Sapphire Blue, Rob G, Kate J, Cleon, and everybody's up in here. I see low fucking watermark. You know we're gonna hit. You know we're gonna hit the low watermark at some point on this stream. It usually doesn't take very long. I see Radio. I see Cash Kester. I see Soma Cruz. I see Alexander Kelly. I see Scrotum Baggins. Scrotum Baggins. Lord Gara. Everybody up in here. Up in here. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I was scrambling around today. And then, of course, I'm like, I'm just going to be a little bit late. Then I have to end up resetting everything. That's how it goes sometimes. You guys have been here long enough. You understand. I got so many tabs. I can close some of these things. I see Alexander for $2 over on the Streamlabs already. Thank you, Alexander. He says, listen to Mahler's 6-hour video. Got to give a shout out to the absolutely epic video, RAR. Well, yeah, so I am about 4.5 hours through his Multiverse of Madness video. I need to apologize to Mahler. I was supposed to make an appearance on EFAP 200 at some point in their 24-hour fucking stream, and I just couldn't find a time that worked when they were talking about something that made sense for me to hop in when they weren't just so full of people. So I did listen to a lot of EFAP 200. 4 years for those guys. That is phenomenal. Let me take a drink. Let me get a drink. Here we go. I don't know if that's clean. Not really. I see a little bit of whiskey stain in there, but that's okay. 4 fucking years of EFAP, and my apologies that I wasn't able to come on, but I will drink to another 4 years of every frame of pause. There you go. Cheers to Mahler and Rags and the whole EFAP crew. I know Fringy's got a plushie coming out, so that's pretty cool too. But yes, indeed. Everybody should drink to that. Yeah, alcohol will kill that. Yeah. I mean, it's alcohol. It's basically like the little thing of whiskey that I didn't drink before that all solidified at the bottom. So, Thomas, dude, don't worry, Thomas. Don't worry. Ryan Kinel, Ring of Power TV series is going to be amazing. TV series fact, please listen. Thomas, I hear you, bro. I'm on your side. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the reviews for the Rings of Power and how it's the most incredible thing ever. How every person that got to see it early miraculously has the same exact thing to say. Don't worry about that. We're going to cover that. How could we not? How could we not talk about that? You know what's going to happen. Let me make sure we're okay on these other platforms here. I see my peeps over on Odyssey. Thank you guys. Radicalize Ryan. Cancel this podcast. Meyer. What about over on Rumble? Let me refresh over on Rumble. I see some people watching on Rumble. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And for the first time for the first time, I wanted to check something out. For the first time, I'm doing this. Listen, this is what Jeremy wanted to start doing with Geeks and Gamers, so I'm testing it out here. I'm over here on Locals with the live chat pulled up on Locals as well. Locals peeps. So you can do some cool things over on Locals. You can even put memes and shit like that in the chat. So I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously, for the supporters over there, they can take advantage of that. We're fucking busy as shit. Like, I'm finally back. That's the exciting part. I've been traveling, been going Dallas, Houston, Vegas, all this stuff, right? Very fun seeing everybody. But I am excited to like really get back to the real grind where I can just sit here, do shit, fucking day after day after day after day, pump stuff out, get stuff done, knock stuff out that I've been wanting to take care of. Things like I started that Facebook page that I talked about. So we started the Facebook page. That's a great thing. Going to be putting more attention over on the exclusive stuff like Locals, like Patreon, like the channel member stuff. I uploaded the video right before here. Haven't got to the patrons yet. You'll get it soon. I've started a freaking podcast feed. So if you don't want to look at my fucking face while you're listening to all my videos, every single day we're going to do an audio only, just like 20, 25 minutes, depending on how many videos I put out that day. All the videos I put up that day, consolidated, and it's just going to be up on the podcast feed. Just search Ryan Kinel, RK Outpost. You will find it on Podbean, Spotify, and it's coming everywhere else eventually. What else? Oh, I know what. Oh, shit. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about on the Locals feed, guys. This is why. Look at the memes you can put over here. You can put the man, the myth, the legend himself. Look at that. Scott McKenzie over there. So you can actually post images, which is pretty cool. So if you remember over on Locals, check that out. Another thing. Obviously, YouTube is pushing shorts right now. That's not even like a question, right? Shorts are a huge thing that YouTube is pushing. I don't want to do a bunch of shorts. I don't want to do a bunch of shorts on this channel and clog the feed. Okay. Like because I know a lot of people didn't subscribe to me for that. You don't want your feed clogged with like 30-second videos. So I do have a solution to that. And I just started it. Just put a couple videos out yesterday. I would love it if you guys would go and give it some support. I know Steph can probably put it in the chat. RK Outpost Shorts. We're going to do a whole channel that's just shorts. The stuff that Steph has helped me clip and edit to put up on Instagram and stuff like that. Just going to do a shorts channel and see how that works. See if we can get some traction. That way, push people over to the main channel using that without clogging all of your shit. All right. So that's what I'm going to try to do. That's what I'm going to try to do and see if we can, take advantage of what YouTube is pushing right now without clogging you guys' sub feeds if it's something you don't want. So if you could, I'd appreciate you guys go subscribing to that channel, boost that up there to get it a little more up in the algorithm. And that's where I'll put out all my shorts. Hopefully that'll work for you guys. And it doesn't, completely fucking give you something that you want nothing to do with, which is something I didn't want to do. All right. With that being said, let's get to some of these chats. And we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about today. I just got tagged in something, I think. What is this? Dan Slott is such a fucking retard. I'll have to figure out what that is later. I got off track. Am I blurry? I don't think I'm blurry. All right, let's get to some of these super chats. Thank you guys so much. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about Rings of Power. We're going to talk about She-Hulk. We're going to talk about House of the Dragon. We're going to talk about degeneracy in fucking Hollywood and how some former child stars are still trying to hold Nickelodeon accountable for some of the weird bullshit that happened there. I don't know if I can really say what I want to on YouTube's platform about some of these people, but we're going to do our best. Terminal List Season 2 in the works. One of my favorite things that has come out over the past year in entertainment. It looks like we're going to get a Season 2 from Chris Pratt and Jack Carr, Terminal List, and some other stuff along the way. I'm excited today. Can you guys hear how excited I am? Can you hear how excited I am today? Oh, man. All right. Praise be Chris Pratt says discount Chris Pratt. What's up, Camelot? Look at Camelot's fucking picture. Just gives no fucks. Look at him. Just Camelot in like space. Look at him. Hypnotic for $20. My name has never been called out before by a Klansman. I appreciate you, Ryan. Much love. You're welcome, Hypnotic. I mean, like, I think that I think everybody loves a little Hypnotic, don't they? Regardless of the color of their skin. So shout out to Hypnotic. Appreciate you. Jorge Barracuda, channel member for 3 months. Hail Ryan in the chat. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Slade Lawton, member for 6 months. Ryan, is there an EU story that goes over how the Katana fleet got lost? How the fleet got lost. So there is a story of how George Cardass found it. I think there is. I don't know if there's a specific story about like, hey, we're part of the Black Fleet and it got lost. I don't know. Not the Black Fleet. That's the Black Fleet Crisis. But we're part of the Katana Fleet, and this is how it happened, and this is why it happened. But I do know there's a very specific story about George Cardass. So, other than just they were slaved together, and obviously things went wrong. But I'd have to go back and look. It's been a while since I've read it. But thanks for asking, Slade. There's more than just that. There's more than just that. There is because I think when in the ones after that, when Talon Card and Shada Dooku go and they talk to George Cardass, I think he like reveals more to them about it. But maybe I'm wrong. It's not Outbound Flight, no. John Orchard for $10. This is for you, shipmate. I'm Marine. Brothers, we are bound. Thank you very much, John Orchard. Appreciate you, and thank you for your service, my man. Green-haired anti-liberal for $26. Can't stay for this one today as I'm out and about for my birthday. Well, happy fucking birthday to you, green-haired anti-liberal. But I wanted to drop in with a donation for your travel funds as I've done for the others. Thank you. I appreciate you. That is awesome. That is awesome. And I see the peeps over on Locals. Peeps over on Locals still putting everything in the chat. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Ippy for $1 over on Rumble says Salty Army that is fucking right. Shout out to the great Salty Cracker who dominates Rumble, dominating all aspects on Rumble and YouTube. The difference is YouTube doesn't like him, but Rumble really likes Salty Cracker. Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate that. And then let's refresh over on here before we get into the first topic. I got news for you. What's the news? Is it that I'm gay? That's fake news. Nick Thunder for 5. Saw Samaritan yesterday. Not the best superhero film ever, but nice to see that one's not pushing woke politics. You know what? Why don't we talk about that? I'll talk about that right now. So I actually did watch Samaritan today because a couple people had recommended it to me. It's not super long, an hour and 39 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, look, I can give my thoughts on it. A new movie came to Prime Video over the past couple days, and people have been talking about it. Most of the critics do not like this movie. They despise this movie, but the audience has given it an okay grade. They're saying, you know what? It's not the best movie, but it's fun to go out and see it. And that's exactly the way I would describe it. Sylvester Stallone in Samaritan. It's a superhero movie. It's absolutely a superhero movie about an aging superhero. But of course, there is a twist in there that I do think it's pretty predictable that you can see coming. But overall, it's something that's not politically driven. There's no identity politics in it. It's just, hey, look, be a good person. You can change your stripes. You can change what you do, and you can do good things, and you can be inspiring to people. That's all it is. I think there's a little too much of the kid in there. There's a young kid that I think can get a little bit cringe and annoying at times. Sylvester Stallone's good in it. It's not an overwhelmingly great performance or anything like that. But overall, I think it's a pretty average movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's one that I would be willing to watch again or throw on while I'm doing stuff around the house or whatever. I didn't love it, but I absolutely did like this movie. And I think if this was like the baseline, if this is what we could get out of Hollywood, out of entertainment, I think we'd be in a much better spot. Because this is something that's meant to appeal to literally everybody. Anybody could sit down and watch Samaritan. It's not, oh, well, we wanted to make sure we said this about toxic masculinity, or we wanted to make sure we push this message about Trump or about Republicans or conservatives. No, it's nothing like that. There's none of this hitting you over the head political messaging, nothing. It is a story about people who feel like the system's maybe out to get them or hasn't done enough for them, and maybe they're a little bit upset over that and willing to go out to the streets and do something. But overall, solid movie. Sly Stallone, who doesn't like a little bit of Sylvester Stallone? I would recommend going to see it if you do have Prime Video. I would way recommend this over spending your time watching something like Rings of Power. So once again, critics and audiences very split. I think that's because the critics didn't find enough identity politics for them to give this a positive score. I'd recommend it, though. Not going to blow you away. Not going to blow you away, but it's fun. It's fun. Samaritan was awesome. Critics suck. Thoughts on Fitness. What's up, Thoughts on Fitness? Roland News says the critic score tells it all about how Hollywood is. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'll say this, like, I think that, so Samaritan, I think, was a bit, it was so convenient, right? It's like, oh my God, he just happens to be right here. You just happen to run into this guy that you're like really obsessed with, this guy, you know what I mean? There was a lot of convenience to it. Some turn your brain off to it, which I don't really love. But when you look at something like, say, Jurassic World Dominion, that movie to me was such a fucking mess. I would rather watch Samaritan, not even fucking around. I'd rather watch Samaritan than Jurassic World Dominion. You know, even though the audience had very good things to say about that movie. You know, in general, I think the audiences enjoyed Jurassic World Dominion. I thought it was just garbage because of because when you do a sequel and you do something that's in universe, you have to play by the rules and you have to consider all the different things that have happened in this universe before. Samaritan's not like that. Samaritan's just a standalone thing. Thought it was fun. It's pedestrian. Yeah, pedestrian. That's a good word for him. I hated Dominion. I think Jurassic World is fine. I just think Dominion's kind of crazy, personally. Just takes it to another level. Drunk 3PO is here. 21 months says, I liked it. Do you mean Samaritan? Is that what you mean, Jay? Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was good. Not great at all, but hey. But thank you, Jay, for being a member for 21 months. Jesus Davila for 5 with a thumbs up. Thank you, Jesus. There's Thoughts on Fitness. Also asking about, do we have thoughts on Stallone Samaritan? Can't stay too long because it's late here in the UK. Keep the fires burning. Hope that answered your question. Excuse me. Hope that answered your question. Kelly Johnson for 2. Ryan, so waiting for you to drop Napalm on Hot D. House of the Dragon. We're going to talk about it. And I kind of liked House of the Dragon. I kind of liked House of the Dragon the first episode. I think it's going to be rough going forward. I'm not expecting to like everything by the time we come to the end of this season or this series. I guess I don't really know what their plans are and how many seasons they're thinking about. But thought it was good. Thought the opener was good. I didn't think it was on the level of Game of Thrones, but we're going to talk about it because I have a couple things I want to specifically talk about with that. Blood and ass cheeks. There you go. The Caberwell carrot. The Caberwell carrot. Well, that's part of the problem, Adam, is that Rhaenyra is going to be played by some. They're going to do a time jump in this, and I don't have any problem with the actress who plays her now. I think she may be a little, maybe like expressionless. Maybe she's just supposed to be coming off as regal, right? But they're going to change, and they're going to do a jump forward in time, and it's actually going to be played by a non-binary person. So if you're worried now, I will worry much more later, and that's one of the things we have to talk about. The Camberwell carrot. Do you think Rangs will try to wedge Smeagol and Deagle into this series as an attractive mixed race gay couple leading up to the murder of the Black Deagle by White Smeagol? That's a great, great question. The Camberwell carrot. And obviously, the answer is yes. Obviously, the answer is yes. So I hope that answers it. Nomi Without You becomes a channel member. Thank you very much, Nomi. Appreciate you. Dragon Slayer commentaries for $5. Anything is better than Rings of Power, Ryan. First time I find your stream, Tolkien fans are going to have a rough time slogging through the premiere. Have you seen it already, Dragon Slayer? Have you seen it already? Let me know. Let me know. And Kelly for $2. I'm going to jump if I hear more Roe v. Wade in House of the Dragon. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Let's see. Non-binary is a mode you cannot play in. Yes. I'm looking to see if Dragon Slayer sends another message. I'm looking to see if Dragon Slayer sends another message. House of Dragons was great, somebody said. I don't think it was great, but I did think it was good. I expected it to be really bad. So we'll see. Let me check a couple things over here. I'm so like fucked up right now. Get this over here. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm just trying to close out a bunch of shit that I no longer need and accidentally had open. Thank you to my peeps. Oh, Scott, don't worry. We're going to talk about that one, Scott. I see Scott in the locals chat. Appreciate you. We are definitely going to talk about that one. Let me see here. House of the Dragon. Let's do this. Let's do this one. Because I wanted to talk about this anyway. So this makes sense. Semper Barda becomes a channel member. Thank you, Semper Barda. I appreciate that. Ryan in the Tale of 89 Tabs. You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. It's shockingly, it's not as many as normal. I think I have somewhere around probably 7 or 8 windows with like, I don't know, 5, 6 tabs a piece. So it's not as bad as normal. Not as bad as normal, Jens. Don't worry. House of the Dragon premiered last Sunday on HBO and on HBO Max. And already, with the reaction from the first episode, they decided it was a good time to announce that it's been renewed for a second season. And HBO did come out. Warner Brothers came out and they said, hey, this is an absolute smash success for us. And as put by Bounding into Comics, the numbers they used were interesting. HBO says House of the Dragon premiere is the largest audience for any new HBO series, brings in tens of millions less than the Game of Thrones final season. And indeed, when you compare it to the numbers you saw in season 8 of Game of Thrones, it's a massive, massive drop-off. I think that was kind of expected. I don't know exactly what HBO thought it would do, but 2 million people live watching it on HBO compared to, over, I think around 15 to 18 million when you looked at the last season, the last episode of Game of Thrones. Pretty big difference. But overall, they say that they're happy with the numbers. I was happy with the show, surprisingly. I went into this thinking that I was going to hate it for a variety of reasons. A lot of the reasons It's because how the cast and the crew members had talked about House of the Dragon, how they'd said several times that it's going to explore internalized misogyny and the patriarchy. And of course, how some members of the cast said, well, you know what? If you don't like my race swap character, it's just because you're racist. People just need to learn to deal with it. They're the racists out there that want to see something that's depicted as it was in the books. But overall, when we're talking about just this first episode in isolation, I liked it. I didn't think it was spectacular, and it definitely is missing a little bit of the like mystery and intrigue that you had even in the very first episode of Game of Thrones. When you have the mystery of the walkers, what's going on? When you have the wolves down below the wall and you're so close to the Stark castle and everything, like, or so close to Winterfell, like those questions and that mystery, that pulls you in. Where I feel like the first episode of House of the Dragon, they're just kind of like telling you a bunch of stuff. Now, to be fair, when you look at Fire and Blood, it's kind of just like a Wikipedia entry. So maybe they're going for that feel. Overall, though, I did think it was good. I like Daemon Targaryen. I really like Matt Smith as Daemon Targaryen. And I'm interested to see where they go with it. However, I do worry about where this season is going to go. Mostly because you continue to have people talk about things like this. House of the Dragon showrunner and actor claim the childbirth scene is about Roe v. Wade. It feels more timely and impactful than ever. Yes, this thing that was clearly written out and we know happened in the source material, you want to portray it and you want to claim it's something that's connected to Roe v. Wade when someone dies in childbirth because the king decided to save his potential heir as opposed to his queen. And of course, we know we've heard this time and time again from Steve Toussaint. House of the Dragon star Steve Toussaint implies critics of Lord Velaryon race swap are racist. They're happy with a dragon, white hair, and violet-colored eyes, but a rich black guy is beyond the pale. Keep in mind, maybe you haven't watched Game of Thrones, maybe you don't know anything. We had a rich black man in the original Game of Thrones. It just wasn't a Velaryon. It just wasn't someone who is specifically described as not looking like they were black. But of course, you would rather call your critics racist than, admit the facts. And there's a lot of people out there that just want something that's true to the source material, that's true to what they read before. And keep in mind that in the future, when we do jump forward a little bit, we're about to have this person play Princess Rhaenyra. This is the person who's going to be them, a non-binary actor or actress. I guess I don't know. If you're non-binary, do you want to be called an actor or an actress? I don't know what Emma D'Arcy actually wants to be. I know that Emma D'Arcy goes by they, them pronouns. But this is some of the things that I'm worried about going into the future of House of the Dragon. But for right now, I got to judge it by the first episode, what I've seen. It was better than what I thought it would be, but I still do definitely have worries going forward. If it can maintain that intrigue, if it can keep people connected to the story they want to tell, and if they can tell this story without completely alienating an audience, without the people running it, without the actors, without the crew members, without the entire cast shitting on the people that they should want to convince to watch this series on HBO Max. Only time will tell if it's going to live up to what they want it to be, or if Game of Thrones has left kind of a bad taste in so many people's mouths that may never get back to where they wanted to go. I don't know. But look at Trump right here. Holy shit. Is the media corrupt? What's up, Trump? He's just staring at me. He's just staring at me. It's going to be like Prey. You're going to praise it first, then do a 180. I haven't watched Prey. So I don't know what you mean by you guys, Cleveland. Sounds very racist to me. I haven't watched Prey, and I won't. House of the Dragon was already finished. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the House of the Dragon shit was Gary, Prey sucked. I know, Gary, I know. It's because I was it's because I was in a rush for this today. That's why. Thank you, Cleveland. Oh, sorry, I meant you black people. Thank you. Now that that's been understood, I concur. I have so much water today. I have so much fucking water. All right, let's get back to these. See what you guys are talking about. Blue-eyed Scorpio for $5. House of the Dragon might be all right because HBO needs a win, but I'm still jaded from Game of Thrones, so I'm going to be stubborn. I think everybody is, and I do think that a mistake that they're making, is tying it so closely to the events that happened in A Song of Ice and Fire, right? So I think that is a mistake for them because I don't think it's pulling at these strings that they think it is. I think it's making people, oh god, yeah, I remember Daenerys. Yeah, I remember season 8. I don't really want to think about that. Like that's I think what it makes people do. When you talk about the threat, when you talk about the long night, when you talk about the White Walkers, all it reminds people of is what a fucking disappointment they got in season 8. So I think I think they should have backed off from that a little bit. Obviously, you have to make connections in this universe, right? But maybe not quite so heavy-handed if I were them. That's my recommendation. But overall, I thought it was good. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed House of the Dragon. And I fully anticipated I was not going to. But that's why, like, I feel like that's why sometimes, unless they've just done something that's so fucking offensive, maybe in the case of Rings of Power, that's why I do think, even if there's some bad marketing or whatever, maybe give it a chance if you think you might be intrigued. I didn't think I was going to like House of Dragon. I was fully prepared to make a fucking hate video on it, but then I liked it. And I would have made a review or a reaction to it, but I was on the road at the time, so I wasn't able to. Decided I'd save it and talk about it today. So we wanted millions of White Walkers. Yes, millions. James Tyler. Now, what a dumb time to come in here and say that. Are you a literal fucking retard? Are you that? I just got done telling you that I fucking like this thing. I literally just got done telling you I fucking liked this episode. And you come in with some literal retard level shit like that. Fucking drooling Velcro shoe retard. That's what you fucking are, James Tyler. You dumb bitch. God. Ugh. My issue with Steve Toussaint is he didn't have the presence of a character like the Sea Snake, and other council members kind of walked over him. Yeah, they made him a very important character. So I imagine he's going to have some important things to do in this series, but we'll see. Where was I? Wubio, the Cocker Spaniel for 2. Save Sydney Sweeney. She didn't deserve this crap. I made a video about it. I made a video about that yesterday. It's such bullshit. You guys should definitely check it out if you get a chance. I think that so Sydney Sweeney, let me actually just go over it real quick for anybody that I think I saw a decent recap of it on Breitbart. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So let's pull this up. I'll be real. I don't know a ton about Sydney Sweeney. I know she's in the show Euphoria, and I know she's going to be in Madam Web. At least it looks like she's going to be in Madam Web. But holy shit, she's a young Hollywood actress, and the mob is after her. Cancel mob targets HBO star Sydney Sweeney for thin blue line shirt, make 60 great again hat at mom's birthday party. So her mother had a birthday party. Okay? Mother had a birthday party. She posted a couple shots here. This is her dad, I believe. This is Sydney Sweeney. Whatever. Here you go. This is her brother. But she definitely got her fucking tits out for her mom's party. That's all I'm saying. Like, holy shit. She puts the hoe and hoe down. All right. But anyway. So after she posts these things, okay, mom's birthday party, people are like, wait, Does your dad, does someone in your family have a Blue Lives Matter shirt, a thin blue line shirt? You need to take a stand against that. Not only that, but I need to find it. There's a fucking hat somewhere. Let's go to TMZ. I know TMZ had it. Here. So her brother posted these, right? She was very careful to keep these out. Her brother posted these. These are not MAGA hats. These are Make 60 Great Again. It's like themed hats for her 60th birthday party. And holy fuck, dude. The cancel culture mob was out to get her because of her family's supposed political views. Like, that's nuts, dude. BMO better. That's a pretty good one. Nothing worse than hat speech. Nothing worse than hat speech. Bro, my man, Low Watermark. Dude. Low Watermark with 20 RK Outpost memberships. Thank you, Low Watermark. And I know, Low Watermark, you just became a big supporter on Locals too. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the hell out of it. Make sure you guys are set to accept those channel memberships. I don't know exactly how it's done, but I think you have to press like the money button and then like it hit some setting. I don't know, but you can accept those gifted channel memberships that Low Watermark just gave. So big shout out to Low Watermark. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where was I on that? To Mike Hill for 5. One cringe moment was when the father pimping his daughter to the king. I mean, I don't know if it was cringe or not. It's like, shit. You know what I mean? It's like, this is Game of Thrones, man. I'm not surprised by that. It wasn't like I could tell what he was doing. Some people are fucked. A trace for 10 for the record. I clout chase off this channel all the time for mines. If there was any question, LOL. There you go, Trey. So thank you. Thank you for the update. I appreciate the $10. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, clout chase away, my friend. Clout chase away. Her in the steadfast for Canadian 5. Articles like this makes me like the show less. That's what I mean. And that's the thing. It's like with all this stuff out here before, that's why I didn't think I was gonna like it. Then I watch it and I like it. And then I hear these people talk. I'm like, man, you're trying to make me not like the show. Like, that's how it feels. They're trying to make me not like this show, which sucks. Dragon Slayer commentaries for $20. Ryan, the reason why I think it'll be a slog to watch because I've read the entire Silmarillion, The Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings books. The lore inaccuracies are too numerous that it's no longer Tolkien. It's not even fan fiction. Well, I do think it's fan fiction, but yeah, like it's hard to claim it's Tolkien when half the characters you have named in this series, like, don't even exist. They're not real. They're made up, right? All of the Harfoots are made up characters. You have Disa, right? That's a character, at least in her form. That's a character that doesn't exist in Tolkien's lore. You have, what's Don Lemon's name? Arondir or Arondir. I don't know how they're going to pronounce it. Arondir, like, he's not a real character. Bronwyn, I don't think she's a real character. And then the characters that do exist aren't acting like they're supposed to, aren't doing the things they're supposed to do, aren't in the places they're supposed to be. Hallbrand, by the way, new character, going to be Sauron. So it's like, yeah, this isn't Tolkien. Like, people aren't falling for this shit. I am the first female dwarf. Yes, Diego. Darth Sand, yo, Ryan, Marvel sucks. Yeah, you're right. I agree. But thank you, Dragon Slayer, for that update. Snow Dub is here. What's up, Snow Dub? For 2 says Prey was absolute trash. Yeah, I have no interest in watching that. Enrico Palazzo for 5. Can you review the trailer for The Woman King? Maybe, Enrico. Speaking of Enrico, what do you think about this? Look at this motherfucker. Look at this shit. This is what happens when Disney Star Wars stormtroopers come up in here. Look at that. Right back. So you can see it behind me. Look at that. Boom. I need to put it in a different spot. A little bit different spot. Kelly Johnson for 2. Game of Thrones season 8 is what you get when a blonde becomes queen. Yeah. Dragon Slayer commentaries for 5. If you want more Tolkien knowledge, read Encyclopedia of Tolkien by David Day. Well, thank you, Dragon Slayer. I appreciate it. Taker for 5. Ryan, are Wendy's fries always soggy for fuck's sake? Russell Wilson is battling his former backup in his debut as a Bronco. Hawks will probably go 5-12. They might be lucky if they go 5-12, to be honest with you. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Wendy's fries are fucking dog shit. They are dog shit. I have, George. I actually talked about it a little bit earlier. So you can go check it out. Look at this comment. Hold on. $50 fucking dollars. $50 from online college dropout. Sometimes I hear you and Jeremy telling people not to spam the chat. To be honest, I don't know what that means, and at this point, I'm afraid to ask. So, what that means, if someone's spamming the chat, it's like if you're just commenting over and over and over again, right? If I was like, I'll do it a little bit. Nobody, yeah, Lisa's doing it right now. Okay, so Lisa's doing it with the O's. So no one needs to spam. I will do a little bit of spam in here. If I was like this, just fucking over and over again, right? And it's like, yeah, that ruins the chat for everybody because then like things pass by, you know, that fucks everybody up. So you could come here, you can say whatever you want about me, you can say whatever you want, certainly about Jeremy. You can say whatever you want about anything. It doesn't really bother me. But when you start spamming the chat and making it difficult for anybody else, that's the problem. So that's what that means. But I'm glad you asked online college dropout. Big thank you for the super chat. Yes, Tony. Yes. If you guys spam, you're putting, hey, your fucking ban is on your own hands because you guys know it now. It's in your own hands. Your black nerdy homie, says Ryan, thanks for reporting on White Reva in the upcoming Andor. Not only was the actress race swapped, but also her uniform. Needless to say, White Reva does not have the dark side force abilities. Do you think she'll have light side force abilities? I don't think she'll be force sensitive. I don't think so, but you never know. You never know what might happen. But thank you, my black nerdy homie. Should we talk about where is that? This is what I wanted to talk about right now. Jesus. Yeah, we'll talk about this a little bit. Did I know James Gunn directed Scooby-Doo? I did. And Snore. Is that your nickname for Andor, Gary? And Snore? In theory, I'll say this right now. In theory, Andor, it won't be because it's garbage. Well, it might be because a lot of shit's garbage. But in theory, it should have, like, if you're going in with the mindset of, all right, we're gonna make something Disney Star Wars, it has the potential to be like the best thing they've done, at least Disney Star Wars wise, because they don't need to be beholden to all this other shit. They can actually do something to expand the universe. They can actually do something and go to planets and interact with new characters and new things and create new shit, as opposed to just recycling the same old stuff over and over again. But you know they're not going to. You know, it's going to be relying on cameos, all the other bullshit. But Andor's the thing that is like the most removed from all of that. Like, you can't do that with Obi-Wan. Like, to say, for Disney to come and say, hey, we want to make an Obi-Wan series set halfway in between the prequels and the original trilogy. You don't have you have to fucking basically tell some story pulling all this bullshit in. Andor, you don't have that. Andor, you can do a lot of shit. But they won't, because they suck. So, do you guys still consider Mandalorian good? I don't know who you guys are. As for me, I always said that I thought the first season of Mandalorian was very mediocre. But I think it was probably the best thing Disney Star Wars has done. Still mediocre. But I don't know how everybody else feels about it. My hair is fucking weird today. Oh, you know what? Before we get into more desecration of Lord of the Rings, I want to give a big shout out to my locals chat. Love my peeps over on locals. And I wanted to go real quick over here so I can look at something. So I am pushing locals. Obviously, CG and G pushing locals. I'm going to push locals as well. Right now, we're at 37 supporters over on locals. I would like to get that number up. And for every 10 that we had, so when we hit 40, we're going to do this. When we hit 50, we're going to do this. I'm going to be giving away a little pack. All right. I'm going to be giving away a little one. For every 10 that we hit, I'm going to give away a little pack that includes an RK Outpost hat and an RK Outpost t-shirt. All right. And I'll send it in some RK Outpost packaging. All right. That's a pretty good deal. So if you were thinking about joining locals or whatever, just consider that. And every time it'll be to the current local supporters, right? That's who will be up for it. We'll find a way to do that. I'll run it through a thing. And if you want it, you can have it. If not, we'll go on to the next person. But every 10 that we hit, all the way to 100, we're going to be doing a little giveaway like that. So if that makes you want to sign up for it more, that's fine. Either way, just a little bit of incentive. And so when we hit 40 on there, we'll do it. When we hit 50 on there, we'll do it. Just decided that right now because I saw I had my shit sitting there. Boom. That's how we do it. That's how we're going to get people excited about locals. Now, where did my thing go? Could Obi-Wan kiss Mando? Jesus fucking Christ. Don't ask these questions. Don't ask these questions, please. Look at this. Look at this. Elijah who? The amazing new stars of the Lord of the Rings. Holy shit. No, Lisa, you don't have to. Local is completely optional. I'm still doing stuff. And if you're a channel member, if you're a patron, all that stuff, you're still going to get the same exclusive type of content I do over on locals. I'm just pushing locals right now. You don't have to go anywhere if you don't want to, Lisa. I am on like fucking every platform. I put my videos on fucking Facebook, for God's sake. All right. I'm everywhere now. So let's check it out. We've seen the mainstream media do everything they can to push Amazon's new Rings of Power series, a series that Lord of the Rings fans have summarily rejected months and months before we saw the first moments, the first series premiere that's coming on September 1st. Because from the trailer, they knew that this was not going to be Tolkien. They knew that this is going to be fan fiction garbage. And every moment that people in the mainstream media continue to lie and try to twist things, that just further convinces people that they are not interested in watching this disaster. And this piece by The Guardian, Elijah who? The amazing new stars of the Lord of the Rings. says about everything you need to know. It's the mainstream media trying to tear down someone like Elijah Wood and tear down the Lord of the Rings trilogy to try to promote this garbage. So it makes a lot of sense that now that we have all the first reviews coming out from the access media, from these people that got early access, from people that got flown out for benefits, that probably got all these goodie bags, all this stuff associated with the people that got to see Rings of Power early, all of it's positive. It's just the most incredible thing they've ever seen. Is that really that much of a surprise that these people that Amazon is trying to buy off have such glowing things to say about it? Now, I would say you should try to find someone who's seen it early that's given it a bad review. I've tried. I can't find anybody that said that. Isn't that strange? Maybe it is the best show ever made, but I think the reality is much different. I think the reality is these people were told exactly what to say to maintain their access. Look at some of these things from Rings of Power. This is from Variety. The Rings of Power first reactions praised Lord of the Rings series as big, bold, and beautiful. And no, they're not just talking about the first black dwarf, Disa. Eric Francisco. I've seen Rings of Power, and I can say for certain you're in for a treat. Big, bold, and beautiful to behold. To be TBD if it'll sit alongside Jackson's films or deserve Tolkien's name. But for now, it's all the maximalist pizzazz one might expect from a historically expensive production. So this is a very fluffy way of saying it looks like it's very expensive. Thank you, Eric Francisco. Brandon Katz. Okay, the first 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power are a spectacular sight to behold. The scale, scope, and ambition and grandiosity is unrivaled on TV. It also has the laborious task of introducing so much necessary world building that it takes a bit to set flight. Rings of Power's cinematic experience. In a perfect world, we would watch it on the big screen. It's pure Tolkien. It feels very connected to Peter Jackson's movies. How? How can it be pure Tolkien? Please tell me how it can be pure Tolkien when so many of the characters that are in this series are made up just for this series. Like half of the characters have been made up specifically new characters for this series. All of the Harfoots, because let's be real, hobbits did not exist in the Second Age. Harfoots are not the ancestors of hobbits. They're just a certain type of hobbit, and they didn't exist till the Third Age. We know that you're going to have a wizard. You're going to have an Astari that shouldn't be there until the Third Age. That's a character that shouldn't be there. You have the Black Dwarf Disa. You have the Black Elf Arendir and Bronwyn. All these characters. Halbrand, who's going to be Sauron. These characters that you made up for this show, yet you're claiming is pure Tolkien. And all the characters that actually are from Tolkien are bastardized and fucked with in a way that they're unrecognizable. What an absolute joke. The FX are brilliant, the acting's superb, and the prologue itself will destroy any bad, awful feeling you had. Almost like you were told to go out here and make people who despise it already feel good about it. Strange, huh? I've seen the first 2 episodes. They're a total joy. Watching it feels like stepping back into Middle Earth. I can't wait to see where this story goes. It looks like a CW show. Maybe that's Middle Earth to you. Having seen the first 2 episodes, I have to admit I was surprised by how much I liked it. The lush and expansive series very much breathes new life into the franchise. It's a show I think people will enjoy once they allow themselves to be sucked into it. What did this person say? I watched the first 2 episodes. It's grand, bold, ambitious, and I absolutely loved it. Have you noticed a pattern with these? Like almost all of these are like, I watched the first 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, and I have to admit this. And then they give like 3 or 4 adjectives to describe it. And then they talk about how good it looks and how expensive it looks. That's like every single fucking thing. Hey, guys, make sure you follow these simple commands when you put your review on social media. I wish everyone could see it on the big screen. I've seen the first 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings. It's stunningly gorgeous, and the score is beautiful. It also takes a while to get going, and there's a lot going on, but for fans of the movies, it'll take you right back to the points when it's rolling. I've seen the first 2 episodes. Like, every single one is like this. First impressions from the first 2 episodes, like, over and over and over again. Shocking how similar all of these are. Now, listen, I think the top critic score for a Lord of the Rings on Rotten Tomatoes is like 95%. I don't know if it's Fellowship of the Ring, Return of the King, which one it is. If this goes above that, if the critics like give this like perfect ratings throughout, imagine what people are going to say about these lying sacks of shit. No one believes this. No one believes this because everything we've seen from the trailers, everything the showrunners have said, everything the executive producers have said, everything the cast and crew have told us is telling everyone this is not going to be Tolkien. But now you still have the mainstream media, the same people that are trying to tear down the Lord of the Rings trilogy, tear down Tolkien. Now you have these people coming out and claiming that it's just the most amazing thing to ever hit your TV. Maybe I'm just a little bit cynical. Maybe it's just a little tough against me. Maybe I'm just stubborn, but I don't think that's the case. I think that Tolkien fans and Lord of the Rings fans are going to see that they were right. They have been right this entire time. Rings of Power is not Tolkien. It is not Lord of the Rings, but it is going to be an unmitigated disaster. And end of video mode. Oh, that was a pretty good one. I thought that was a pretty good one. What do you guys think? What do you think about these reviews? Shaggy is the most powerful character. Well, thank you, Darsan. A triumph. Yes, a triumph. Hold on. Where is this? Max says, what do I think of Ryan? Well, Ryan brings inclusion to YouTube as we've never seen before. For the first time, I can see myself in this place. And he yells at everyone, which is very diverse. Thank you. Like, I yell at everybody. I yell at men. I yell at women. I yell at white people. I yell at black people. I yell at Asians. I yell at Hispanic people. I yell at everybody, okay? Thank you for finally realizing that I am truly inclusive. What is going on my phone? I thought my phone will randomly go from silent to vibrate or from vibrate to silent. It pisses me the fuck off. Don't knock Facebook. I will try not. Listen. I am on Facebook. I'm on there. I have a page. Let's get that trash out of here. Let's catch back up with what you guys are saying. All right, the super fans video. Yeah, the super fans video. It's hard to believe that was like 5 months ago. Where was I? Biden's dilated sphincter for $10. Literal we totted will be the name of my firstborn. Thanks, Ryan. You're welcome. You're welcome, Biden's dilated sphincter. Storm Squad for $2. I'd love to see you try DCS, and I'd love to join. DCS. What's DCS? Am I just is that a video game? I don't know. I feel like I'm failing. Can someone tell me what DCS is? DCS Worlds of Combat Sim. Let's see if I've seen it before. Oh, Digital Combat Simulator. I have seen people play this shit. Dude, I actually have seen people play this shit, and I feel like somebody emailed me about it. It does look cool. I think somebody sent it to me in regards to like Top Gun, because they showed me like a trailer of like the fighter pilot mechanics in this. It's very cool though. Very cool. I will check it out. I'll check it out, Storm Squad. I will look at it. And you may have been the person emailing me about it before. Cole Hauser for Canadian 20. What's up, Ryan, my brother? Glad I got home as always to enjoy the Outpost. If you're ever in Canada, you have a place to stay. I guess I'm going to get canceled because I'm inviting a racist into my home. Love you, bro. You're not going to get canceled. They're going to call you some names, though. They're going to call you some names. That's just part of it. But thank you, Cole House. I appreciate it. I don't have any plans. I don't have any plans for what's it called? To go to Canada, but maybe. I don't know when I might make my way up to Canada. I used to just like I walked across into Canada when I was in Niagara Falls one time. I don't know if they let you do that anymore. Hayden Harlight for where'd that go? Hayden Hearthlight for $5. Thank you, Hayden. Sandrock for 5. Ryan for Sonic 3. Who do you want to voice the ultimate life form? Shadow the Hedgehog. My vote is the voice actor from Sonic Adventure 2 and Heroes. Isn't Shadow already? Didn't they already cast? Shadow Sonic 3 voice actor. You're talking about Jason Griffith? Is that who you're talking about? I swear to God, I saw. It's not Keanu, is it? I swear that I heard somebody. I swear that I saw some casting announcement for it. Maybe I was wrong. I haven't really thought about it. I'm not. Someone asked, "Am I a Sonic guy?" Not really. But that'd be cool. That'd be very cool. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about, Sandrock, but I trust you. It sounds like you have a good grasp on it. Atris for 5. Yeah, I was surprised how good House of the Dragon is. I talked about on my channel how they realistically set up a female character. And that is the thing, like, this show is going to be about, like, women taking power away or getting power when men think they should have it and, like, shit like that. That's what this story is about. So it's very difficult to kind of walk through that without it coming off bad in this day and age, you know, with current day Hollywood. I think it's a tough thing for them to adapt. I don't know if they're going to do it well. I don't know if they're going to do it right. Only time will tell. Roland New for 5. I called it years after Star Wars that Halo and Lord of the Rings is going to be screwed by Hollywood. I hoped I was wrong, but damn, they really did. Bro, do you guys remember that Halo was a thing? Do you remember that Halo was a fucking thing this year? How terrible was that? Like, how fucking awful was that Halo shit? So fucking bad. Let's see. Johnny the Whiz Kid over in Locals says, I was hoping that Lisa Ortiz would voice Amy Rose. Maybe. See Scott McKenzie slamming the Tolkien professor and some of the people with the OneRing.net. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. And Scott, dude, look at what Scott's sharing in the Locals chat too. Look at that. The RK Outpost and the Welcome to Rebellion patches. Waiting for Nerdrotic, FNT. That's fucking awesome. And Geek Grind. Thank you for putting that. And you can do that over here in the Locals chat, which is pretty neat. I see Ben is in the chat. I see Audio Cult. Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, showed you for $100 on Amazon. Audio Cult says, new supporter. What's up, man? Good to see everybody flooding that Locals chat too. Appreciate you guys. To do a trays for 5, but I'm gonna roast them for the ninjas in the ridiculous white wigs. Yeah. Do it. Dragon Slayer commentaries for 2. I'm tired of modern Star Wars. Give me Revan. They're gonna fuck it up, bro. I want them to stay away from that shit. Snowdub for 2. I just hope Disney leaves Mace Windu alone. Listen, man, they're bringing everybody back. If the Emperor survived, how the fuck did Mace Windu die? All right, Mace Windu just lost a fucking arm. I think they're gonna bring him back. You know they are, Snow. Does this dress make my ass look big for $10? Peter Jackson's extended Lord of the Rings back in theaters tomorrow. One showing each day at Regal at 7 p.m. Fellowship on Monday. 2 Towers on Tuesday. Return of the Wings on Canadian. Really? I might check that out if that's true. If that's a true statement, I might have to check that out. CJ for 5. I only watched 2 of your videos, and your channel is a triumph in modern YouTubing. Thank you, CJ. Appreciate that. That's all you need, I guess. Ty Sloan for 5. What are your thoughts on the Taiwan-China situation? Taiwan is a country. China is asshole. How much more in detail you want me to get? I think it's very how do I say it? I think it's very tricky to do things like we saw a couple of people do a couple of weeks ago, like go over to Taiwan and visit Taiwan when like tensions are ramped up like that. It's like you're asking for to stir shit. So, but yeah, China's asshole. Taiwan's a country. John Cena can suck a dick if he thinks otherwise. So that's all I got to say about it. Jake the Movie Geek for 10. I'm considering upgrading my iMac to a Windows PC, and I'm not computer savvy at all. So would Meta PCs be easy to understand / customize for someone who isn't computer savvy? No, Ryan did not pay me to say this. Well, first of all, thank you, Jake. I'm glad you're asking the question. I did not pay you to, that's for sure. But I am partnered with Meta PCs. I think those guys are fucking awesome. A lot of people like to build their own shit, but for a lot of people, they don't have the expertise. Maybe they don't want to know how. I could make a pizza too, but I'd much rather order a pizza and have it delivered to me. That's what Meta PCs does. And mine is the best one I've ever had by far, not even fucking close. And I recently got to go to the Meta PCs headquarters. That was a blast. Got to meet with Zach, got to meet with the whole team, saw their entire setup, how they're building PCs, everything like that. I will say, Jake, if you go to Meta PC's website and you can use the link in the description below, they've got a lot of options. You can customize something, but for you, since you probably aren't sure what you want, I would say take a look at some of their pre-built stuff, because they do have a lot of pre-built stuff that they'll lay out there, kind of what it's for and things like that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask them, or reach out and ask me, and I'll try to help you as best I can. As always, if you do decide to go with it, use code RK Outpost for a discount. Appreciate you, Jake. Thank you. And a perfect opportunity to plug Meta PCs. Taker for 5. Next time you see Gary, please borrow his glasses and make your own meme face. We need that. You can easily pass as Gary Jr. Yeah, I don't have any glasses. These are the only glasses I have here. But they're not going to do what you want me to do. It's not going to do the Gary meme. Heron of Alexandria for 5. Ryan, have you ever heard of cheeseburger pizza? I'm making one tonight to see what they're like. I have heard of cheeseburger pizza before. Heard they're pretty good. Displate. You know, Blue-Eyed Scorpio has a lot of displays. Blue-Eyed Scorpio has a lot of those, I think. They look cool as shit. So I may be doing, there may be something coming. In fact, I might be doing a House of Dragons video sometime in the next couple days, where you might see a little bit of something that I think will be very fun, that I hope will be very fun for you guys at least. We'll see. Dragon Slayer commentaries for 5. Play Lord of the Rings online, read the books, or watch the books if you want to consume lore, respectful adaptations of Tolkien's Legendarium. Yeah, I would recommend that everybody read or listen to the Silmarillion before you try to break down what's going on in this. So, have I tried Donair pizza? I don't know what that is, Blake. I don't know what that is. So I guess no. The answer is no. Radicalized Ryan, my man over on Odyssey, with a $25 super sticker, a hyper sticker, whatever you want to call it, with a little shooting star library coin. Thank you, bro. The best profile pic in existence belongs to that man. Just saying. Your black nerdy homie. Nice meeting you in Vegas. What's up with the excuse about being on the road, not being able to make a House of Dragon review as a result? Your most famous, infamous, notorious review video was recorded in a car outside an IMAX theater back in March. I agree, but for that, since I was obviously busy and I watched it right before I left town and stuff like that. And then by the time I did sit down and want to make a review, it's like, I don't know if I want to. I'll just wait. I kind of missed the boat. So that's probably why. That's probably why. Yes, it was nice. Hold on. I'm going to go grab something real quick. I got to show it. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I have your gift somewhere. Oh, here it is. Your black nerdy homie. Look at this. I got to get this up. Look at this thing. Look at that fucking badass poster, dude. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Top Gun fucking Maverick, bro. Top Gun Maverick. Thank you, your black nerdy homie. Input latency for 3. Hail peeps, Jeremy sucks. In regards to nuclear power, what are your thoughts about the 3 Mile Island incident? Was talking with my dad about how nuclear isn't bad, hiring stupid party yes men for nuclear is bad, and he brought that up. God bless peeps. 3 Mile Island is pretty fucking crazy. 3 Mile Island is well, one, it was a big learning point for us. It could have been a lot, almost everything that kind of could have gone wrong did at 3 Mile Island. And even so, it really wasn't that bad. In terms of overall effect on the population, long-term effects, all that shit, it really wasn't that bad. But 3 Mile Island was a big learning point for us, and like something like that could never fucking happen. Like the things you'll see now are like in Japan, like for Fukushima, when it's like, hey, we had like the worst of the worst possible situation happen, and we built this place on the worst possible area. And even with Fukushima, the damage was so other than the people that like drove on ships through the cloud, with the except like everybody else, it's pretty limited actual effect on the environment, on anything. So I'm such an advocate. Yeah, it's still leaking radiation, but it's still leaking radiation, but it's going right in the ocean. And like, what I'm saying is, where we put our fucking radioactive waste, we dump it in the ocean. On our nuclear carriers. It's where it goes because dilution is the solution, right? Now, if I put all that waste into a swimming pool, yeah, that could have a pretty negative effect on all the things surrounding. If I take a fucking an entire like table salt container and I pour it into my cup, right? That amount of table salt is going to fuck up my drink. It's going to really affect it. But if I pour that table salt into the ocean, it's going to disperse and dilute so much that you're not even going to notice an impact. So that's kind of the principle involved in radioactive waste, radioactive liquid, things like that, and putting it in the ocean or even leaking into the ocean. In reality, it's not that big a deal. Radiated fish is best. That's fine. The Shin Godzilla origin story. Yes. Yes, exactly, Nate. And water is actually a great barrier. Well, I mean, not as good as obviously something like lead or whatever. But yeah, it has a pretty solid 10 thicknesses. We use it in the Navy. We use it in civilian reactors as a barrier. So yeah, it's all good. But that's not something that I would expect like most normal people to know. You know what I mean? If you're not familiar with nuclear reactors and everything like that. So what the hell is this? Look at Josiah. Josiah just caught this fish. Yeah. He's got an Epic Verse hat on. I think this is staged. Doesn't this look like a green screen? I don't think this is real. Green screen Josiah. He didn't actually catch that. Let's look at his glasses. Hold on. This is what everybody does. Every Instagram photo I fucking take. Who's holding the camera? I don't know. Fishgate. Fishgate Josiah. And who's that in the background? Who's this guy in the background? Who is that? Looks like Josiah has monkeypox in his future. I don't know. CGI fish. No, I think the fish is real. I think that Josiah has green screened himself into a picture of another person holding a fish. That's my theory right now. You know, whether that's true, whether that's reality, I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not sure. Fantastic Mr. Knox for Aussie 5. When Shadow of Mordor game's more faithful to Tolkien than what Rings of Power is. And I know some people that had a big problem with that game. A big problem. Let's see. Johnny for a buck says, this is weird, trying to send a super chat with money on local, but locals wanting to buy coins. Yeah, the way locals works is for those live chats, you buy locals coins, and that's kind of like the currency on there, kind of like Twitch bits in a way. And then Johnny says, when I try to buy it with the credit card, it goes away before I get a chance. I would probably just like close out the app and then restart it again. I've bought them, no problem. So not quite sure, Johnny, but sometimes that helps. And then for another $1 on Rumble, also, Ryan, I don't know how busy you are, but do you plan to watch Outlaw Starland? I do. Now that I'm finally home, Johnny, and I'm done traveling for a while, I can probably watch a little bit of it. So, but yes, I do know you've recommended that to me and lent it to me. So thank you. Joe's Atmosphere for 5. Hey, Ryan, good to see you. So pumped. Started a new job this weekend that will give me more time for my channel and comic book. Have a great one. Hell yes. That's awesome. Congratulations on the new job, my friend. That's very cool. Very cool. Air to the Ron for 5. Reflections get streams get people in trouble. Do you see that bitch was getting fucked? There was a chick on Twitch who was getting fucked on air. She was getting fucked from behind on air. And she got a 7-day ban. What? What? Like, hell, fucking Andrew Tate just talking a little bit of shit about women. He gets fucking banned on every platform. You got women who are literally spreading it live, getting fucked live on Twitch. Oh, 7-day ban for you. Fuck, man. That's your female empowerment. That's your female empowerment. Chris Mead over on Odyssey. Kinel, I enjoyed running into you in the Area 51 meetup. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see Daniel and Snow Golem over there as well. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, pretty crazy. Michelle says, am I still in Florida? Michelle, I'm in Florida right now. I live here. I live in Florida. Kung Fu Hot Dog for $4. Ryan, you savage. When you and Jay had that road trip where you took a pee and immediately patted Jay on the shoulder, was he your towel? Seen mad subs on my YouTube channel, which has been cool. Take it easy from the UK. Well, congratulations to you, Kung Fu Hot Dog. I don't remember. I took a piss and then patted Jay in the shoulder. I mean, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Michelle says, my family are here until next month. That's awesome, Michelle. That's cool. Are you planning on going to the parks or anything like that? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, that's why I asked if you want to meet up. I didn't see that. Yes, let me just send me a DM or something like that and let me know kind of what you guys are thinking about, and maybe we can make it work. But thank you, Michelle. That's really cool. I hope you enjoy your Florida stay. Um, let's see. Joe's atmosphere. She was getting railed. Hell yeah, get it, girls. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Joe. Snow Dub for 2. Gotta go. Have a good Sunday, Ryan. Tuck and roll. Thank you, Snow. Thank you, Snow Dub. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Yo, Ryan, love the content. Why does your lighting make you look so damn white? So it kind of depends what I have up. So I just pulled down the chat. So I think I look a little less white even just now. But like, see, if I pull something that's really light up, it's going to kind of blow me out. Whereas if I pull something like dark up, like Twitter or whatever, it's going to kind of stay this way. So that's really what it is. Damn. Keep like kind of hiccuping, but not really. Should we talk about something good? Should we talk about something good? I would love to. Let's pull this up. I'm wearing white face. Yes, respect me. Respect me. Ugh. I'm out over here. I gotta open up my other one. We got so much water today. I'm gonna stay hydrated. I'm gonna stay very hydrated. What's going on down here? Close this fucking ad. I need a Walmart ad. I love looking at some of these things on the side sometimes. Like, what the fuck? Anyway. Yes, I know HBO Max. I know you really want to advertise this to me. I get it. I'm already watching House of the Dragon. You don't need to advertise anymore. The Terminal List was one of the biggest surprises of the summer, getting massive ratings on Amazon Prime, even outdrawing the season finale of The Boys Season 3, which not a lot of people expected. But Chris Pratt dominated 4th of July weekend with his show, The Terminal List, based on the series from Jack Carr, former Navy SEAL, and it was great. I love this series. I thought that it's something that we needed over the summer. We needed a manly, masculine show that did not try to preach some sort of identity politics to you. It didn't try to take a political side. Its goal was to entertain people. That's exactly what it did. And now it sounds like the people behind it, as well as Chris Pratt and the fans, may just get rewarded with another season. Terminal List Season 2 gets hopeful update as Pratt negotiates contract. And we have a more in-depth update over here from TV Insider. The Terminal List, Chris Pratt negotiating for Season 2 of Prime Video series. It's interesting, isn't it, how we can have such diametrically opposed things on the same streaming service. You can have things like Wheel of Time or like Rings of Power that seem to be like pissing off so many people that are fans of it. Whereas you have something like Terminal List, which is definitely an adaptation, with Jack Carr there the entire way. Definitely doesn't happen exactly the way it does in the books, but it's being received so incredibly well by people because they realize it's done with love and dedication and wanting to give something to the fans instead of preach to them. The Chris Pratt starring action thriller, The Terminal List, could be returning as the actor said to be in negotiations with Amazon Prime Video for a second season. In a recent interview with UK's Daily Mail, Jack Carr, who serves as the executive producer of the show, revealed there are plans for a second season. Chris wants to do it and Amazon wants to do it, but it could all fall apart. It would be an 8-part series based on the second book, True Believer. We shall see. Now, it's going to be interesting if they do True Believer, and they did set up completely to be able to do True Believer. Like, undoubtedly, the way that this ends, because now I've read True Believer, and I've read Savage Son, and I'm working on the 4th book now. With True Believer, to tackle radical Islamic terrorism, and not to mention, you have radical Islamic terrorism, and you have Russia being a key player in some of this stuff. It's going to be interesting if that's the way they go, if they really dive into that, because it might be something that people want to shy away from in Hollywood. It might be something that the entertainment industry wants to shy away from right now. But if you're going to do True Believer, you kind of have to make it with those things in mind. But I would love to see an adaptation of True Believer. I hope that it moves forward. And this is also what Jack Carr says. Carr also noted season 2 would lighten the workload for Pratt, whose role in the first season was pretty demanding. We almost killed Chris last time. He carried the weight of the show on his shoulders, but never complained once. Virtually every scene was him. It was a lot of work. I've worked in a couple of subplots to take the pressure off him in the next series. And even just in general, when you watch Terminalist and how like action-packed it is and how much shit's going on, True Believer takes a little while to ramp up. True Believer takes a while to get Chris Pratt in a position where he's even seen anybody else again. Or not Chris Pratt, James Reese, obviously. Now him and Chris Pratt are almost interchangeable to me. But I love the fact that they are looking at a second season. They would be stupid not to do it. Had great fan reaction, got great ratings, blew away the season finale of season 3 of The Boys, something that people thought would dominate in the list. No, it was The Terminalist. For a month was the top viewed thing on Amazon Prime, and that is massive. I hope we get to see more of The Terminalist. I love this series from Chris Pratt and Jack Carr. We need more shit like this from Hollywood, not less. Terminalist season 2. Hope it happens. Joe's Atmosphere for $2 says only going to cost you 7 days. Get Nike and just do it. Apparently. Fantastic, Mr. Knox for 5. This is why Twitch is a hot mess. So inconsistent. Those who slap meat get a slap on the wrist, while someone like Dr. Disrespect gets a life ban. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you, Just Me Okay. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. The Boys the better show. Terminalist is all right, though. I suppose it depends on what you like. If you're looking for something like that's, you know, superhero, shocking, fucking crazy stuff in terms of like not human stuff, right? Things that you cannot actually see in the real world. And if you want more humor based, yeah, Boys is for you. Also, if you want something that like talks down to you because you might be right wing, The Boys is for you as well. I think The Terminalist, in terms of like a grounded military thriller, is really fucking good. One of the best things I've seen in years in terms of the tactics that are involved and the techniques that Chris Pratt uses and shit like that. I fucking love it. It's awesome. Dragon Slayer commentaries for 5. Ryan, I want to say I love your videos. Well, thank you very much. Also, thanks for inspiring me to start making video commentary videos on rings of inclusivity. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. But I'm glad I could be an inspiration, Dragon Slayer. I just make videos. That's it. Red Man for 5. What up, Ryan? Worried about Indy 5 as I am? It's woke as I fear. The final send-off, my favorite child character, would be devastating. Well, so I know you might be worried about Indy 5. Let me like set the record straight. Maybe this will ease your mind. It's going to be a woke disaster. Now you know. You don't have to worry anymore. Now you just know that that's what it'll be. I hope that helps. Let's see. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 20. Sucks I couldn't make it to Vegas. Maybe next time. Oh, that'd be fun. I'm sorry we couldn't make it. I'm sorry you couldn't make it, man. Also, here's a crazy idea about how you, Jay, and Krista cosplays the Alpha Core at the next con. Dude, I'm all about Alpha Core. Fuck ISOM, right? I'm Alpha Core fucking through and through. I think everybody knows that. I'm Alpha Core till I die. I bleed Alpha Core. Ripa made those characters for me. Moss Productions for 5. The Boys made fun of working class people for not liking the movie. I think that The Boys is good, right? I do think the show's good. I haven't read the comics, so I can't tell you about it adaptation wise at all. But I think The Boys is a good show. I think it is the people are so full of themselves and they're like, look at us, we fucking take shots at both political sides. Not really. It's on one side, like against the left, they take a BB gun or a fucking water pistol. And against the right, it's a nuclear fucking bomb. Like, that's blatantly obvious to anybody watching it. And I think that does take me out of it a little bit. When it's like, wow, these people are really letting me know that they fucking despise me if I'm not a leftist. That's kind of how it feels sometimes. So, just can't get away from it. Can't get away from it. Let me see if I did something. I think I have to set some. That might be why. That might be why you're having trouble, Johnny, in mine. I don't think I was supposed to enable tipping. That might be the problem. Anyway, I'll try to get that set up if I haven't got it set up already. That might be my bad. That might be my bad. So we'll get it taken care of though for the next time. It's the first time I'm doing this over here. Anyway, what's next? Oh, should we talk about She-Hulk? I got two topics I want to tackle when it comes to She-Hulk. What I consider cosplaying as James Reese? Maybe. I'd have to get in better shape. I'd have to get in better shape for that, but maybe. I'm not tall enough. James Reese is what, like 6'2"? I don't know. I don't know if I could pull that off. I got the equipment. I got the equipment for it. Let's see here. I think I need my headphones for this one. Cosplay is. I was gonna cosplay as Isom, and Rippa told me no. Rippa told me I can't. What am I supposed to do? Zach Attack says, look at Josiah's latest video and thumbnail. Okay, hold on. Is it? What? Who is this? Oh, is that the Mulan person? Hey, man, Josiah knows what he's doing. Josiah knows what he's doing over here on YouTube. Shout out to Josiah. Shout out to Josiah. All right. Let's see if we can put this up there. Lizards don't count as dragons, says Sam Spade. Maybe. Red Man for 5. All right, here's another one. Any thoughts on the rumors GTA 6 is going woke? Is all hope lost? What's next? South Park? I don't care about GTA 6 having a female protagonist. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I welcome it, whatever. The problem's the gameplay. If they're actually going to go away from like edgy shit and like try to go politically correct, GTA is over. Right? It's fucking over. Anybody that thinks people are freaking out about a female protagonist, that's not, I don't think that's the case, especially if it's going to be like multiple fucking people like it was last time. But if it's toning down on kind of the humor that makes GTA, that is a massive, massive fucking mistake. So, but I guess we'll see. I don't think it's a rumor. I don't think it is either. I think that's what they're doing. I think they've gotten so scared by some of the stuff in the gaming industry. And let's face it, Rockstar is making so much fucking money right now. Let me take this shit off for a second. Rockstar is making so much fucking money right now by not doing anything, by just letting people play GTA 5 online. Like, they're making money hand over fucking fist. So maybe they don't feel like they're beholden to like be faithful to it. Maybe they just want to put something in there that's not going to get them canceled by fucking journalists or whatever. I don't know. I think it's a bad mistake, or I think it's a mistake for them. Bored. I'm going back to playing KOTOR. Okay, BGM85. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Have fun with KOTOR. Maybe I should start a KOTOR playthrough. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Maybe I will. Sexism in gaming. Do I have sound shared? I do have sound shared. All right. I think we're ready to go. It is clear that She-Hulk has missed the mark for most people that are tuning into Disney Plus. For Marvel fans that wanted something to enjoy, something that fit right along with the MCU, something that they thought would be better than what they've seen before in Phase 4, they were completely and totally wrong, and they got fooled by Disney because She-Hulk is a cringe disaster. It's clear that it was written by primarily 30-year-old women who are single and upset at all men, and that's who this is geared towards. And in fact, all the way along the process for She-Hulk, we heard about how much they were bragging about having a predominantly female writing room, a female team behind the camera, how important that was to them. She-Hulk boss comments on the show's mostly women writers room. What else did we have? Jessica Gao on bringing She-Hulk to screen had a chance to infuse our life experiences as women. And there's no problem at all with women writers. There's no problem with women directors, women being behind the scenes. But when it is your goal to hire virtually all women simply because they're women, not because of their talent, not because of their history, not because of their love or dedication to this character, but because they have a vagina, or maybe some of these people just identify as women. I don't even know. I haven't dug that far into it. That is a massive, massive problem. And what it results in is something like She-Hulk, which seems to just be entirely dedicated to showing how difficult it is to be a woman and hating on all men. That's basically what this is. And for the most important scene in the series, we have it on the record from Jessica Gao, exactly what she thought this was. Shout out to that Star Wars girl for clipping this out. Jessica Gao defending the She-Hulk bathroom scene, which is one of the most toxic, ignorant, man-hating pieces of garbage I've ever seen. Listen to Jessica Gao herself.
Just that real world aspect of that kind of like female empowerment in the bathroom like that.
That scene is so important to me. Like, and I had to really go to bat for that scene because a lot of people didn't understand why it was so important. Because if you look at it from the surface level, you're
just to make it clear, if you missed, episode 1, which you're lucky if you didn't watch episode 1 of She-Hulk, there's a scene where she recovers from turning into She-Hulk, I guess, and she walks in there. She looks, bloody and beat up and dirty and all this stuff, and goes in the women's bathroom. And immediately, all these women and one person who's not a biological woman surround her immediately. So nice. They give her everything she could possibly want. It's a very cringe scene.
Like, it's kind of an extraneous scene. It doesn't really serve a plot purpose, You could really get through the story and you could cut it and, you would still understand what was happening in the story. But I was like, this is the single most important scene in that entire episode to me, because it really shows like the magic and the protective like warmth of the women's bathroom. It is a beautiful and safe environment. I mean, outside at the bar, maybe these women would have fought each other, but for some reason, when you get past the magic barrier of the women's bathroom door, it is the most protective and loving and supportive environment. A girl that you meet in the bathroom of a club will go and like help you bury your dude if you need her to.
Sacred ground.
Yeah.
There you go. They will help you bury the men that you've killed, because it's just so hard being a woman. You want to ram that point home that all men have it easy. All women have it very difficult. You remember She-Hulk's rant that she went off to Bruce, where you don't know what it's like to have to control your anger. I've been catcalled. I could get killed in the street. Meanwhile, talking to Bruce fucking Banner, who has been through more on any given day than you have in your entire life, Jennifer Walters. Like, this is insane that this is what we're getting from the MCU Phase 4 at this point, but they told us this was going to happen. And this is now what the people in the mainstream media are pushing. This is why you should watch She-Hulk. She-Hulk's an even bigger statement on toxic masculinity than Captain Marvel. Wow. Isn't that just a ringing endorsement of this disaster of a show? It's no surprise that these people are proud to claim, why they made the decisions they made, why we don't want men working on this. It's because it's not a show that's designed for dudes. And when I say not designed for dudes, I mean, not only are they not the primary demographic, which is fine, not all shows are going to be that way, they don't want you watching this if you are a dude. If you're a self-respecting man, get out of here. We don't want you watching this series because we hate you. That's what the people who are writing She-Hulk have been trying to tell us from the very beginning. And I think if you haven't started by now, you should start listening to them. They do not want you in their audience. They'll help you bury a body. They will help you bury a body. And you know what? Since we're on this fucking topic anyway, we might as well hop right into this. Let's just get the She-Hulk shit over with. Let's just get the She-Hulk shit over with. Ryan started the fire. I didn't do it. Yes, Sherry, I know. Mark Ruffalo, it's racist and sexist to not like the She-Hulk series. Self-justification for 38-year-old cat ladies, basically. Erica, who is a woman, I don't know what club she's been to, but that's never been my experience in the bathroom. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's actually been any clubs either, to be honest. Maybe lesbian clubs. Maybe that's what it's like there. I don't know. I think I got everything set up here. I think I have everything set up here. There has been so much virtue signaling from everybody involved in She-Hulk, from the showrunner to the head writers and producers and directors to the cast members themselves, even with the She-Hulk star talking about how obsessed people are with women's bodies in the MCU. Isn't it ironic that she says this? She-Hulk star, there's a weird obsession with female Marvel heroes' bodies. The idea that you would come out and say this, there would be headlines like this before the show comes out. And then during the show, these are the headlines that are coming out from the mainstream media. She-Hulk seems obsessed with Captain America's butt. Yeah, she is. She is obsessed with America's ass in this show. So the fact that Tatiana Maslany would criticize fans, would criticize toxic fans about an obsession over female heroes' bodies, right after we have Thor, a scene where his clothes get flicked off and everybody faints and they make sure to advertise it. After every single entry in the MCU, you have a shirtless male hero. No, the obsession's with the female bodies. And then you get proved what a hypocrite you are by, in that very same show, the character you're playing is obsessed with Steve Rogers' ass. Chris Evans, Captain America butt, makes cameo in She-Hulk episode 2. And in fact, if you missed it, this is after the first episode where they talked about Steve Rogers being a virgin, where she was very curious about that, and then found out that no, he actually lost his virginity in the 1943 or whenever this was that Bruce Banner tells her. Now, in episode 2, what do we have? We have a shot of Captain America's ass on her lock screen. In the show's second episode, Jen's obsession with Captain America is showcased again. If viewers take a look at her cell phone, which is shown just before she goes to her family dinner, they'll notice that her lock screen is none other than America's ass. And this is all while they're telling us, while they're laughing and joking about how funny this is, that they wanted Captain America's virginity to be a running joke in the series. Imagine if a crew of all men that were making this series decided to do this about a female hero. Maybe they wanted to obsess about Scarlet Witch's sex life. How do you think that that would be taken? Do you think the mainstream media would be writing these funny little articles about it? Do you think that it would be received the same way? Or would they say, you can't do that? That's unacceptable. That is toxic masculinity. You're not allowed to do something like that. The hypocrisy is off the charts when it comes to this series. From top to bottom, from the showrunner, from the director, the writers, the cast members. Everybody can't stop talking and putting their foot in their mouths when it comes to She-Hulk. And then to do something so glaringly hypocritical, to say that it's unfair, the standards and the obsession that people have with females' bodies in the MCU, when we all know that it goes both ways for these superhero movies, and then for your character themselves to be obsessed with Captain America's sex life and Captain America's ass, to the point where you make it a running joke in this series. These people are hypocrites. We've said it from day one, and now it's blatantly obvious to everybody. She-Hulk is a disaster, and a hypocritical one at that. How do you just get all the She-Hulk out of here? All right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Refresh over here. Boom, get back in here because I missed out on this chat. So I'm refreshing a bunch of fucking tabs. UAB Mad Dog over in locals. What's up? Audio call. Man, we got a lot of people over in the locals chat. Thank you guys. Ben SC, great meeting you in Texas. Hope you like the goodie pack we sent you this week. Ben, I do love the goodie bag you sent me, and I'm drinking out of it right now. I hope you're still over there in the chat, Ben. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Where am I? Garfield's Bizarre Adventure becomes a channel member. Thank you, Garfield. Thank you. Redman. Wait, hold on. Was that another 20 gift subs from Low Watermark? Are you fucking kidding me? Did that just happen? Is that another 20 fucking gift subs from Low Watermark? Holy shit. Thank you, Low Watermark. Thank you, dude. If you guys want to accept those channel memberships again, I think My Nerdy Home might have some instructions she can put in chat to tell you how to do it. I don't know if you click on the money sign or if you click on like the 20 gift subs up top or whatever it is. There's a way that you can set it up so you can receive those gift subs. Please go ahead and do that though, because Low Watermark is dropping bombs in the chat. Thank you, my friend. Oh man, that is crazy. Yeah, because I think people have to accept them. I just don't quite know how it works. Let's see. Redman for $5. Haven't had any problems with the Mission Impossible movies yet as far as SJW nonsense. Thoughts on them? Mission Impossible, the first one's fine. Mission Impossible 2 is shit. 3 is... I like parts of 3. There's some things I hate. I like Philip Seymour Hoffman, whatever. Ghost Protocol is where it really picks up. Like, I think that Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Fallout are... they just like keep getting better. I guess maybe you could argue Ghost Protocol is a little better than Rogue Nation, but all those are fucking really good, which is shocking because I think J.J. Abrams is involved in them, but holy fuck, I love those movies. I really, really like that. Money sign at the bottom works, according to, there you go. Money sign works. Very cool. Thank you very much for all these new members. Where am I? BJM for $5. I already said that one. Resef the Cripple. What's up, Resef, my man? For $5. What do you like more, KOTOR 1 or 2? I just started 2, and I like the Jedi from the start aspect a lot more right now. I like 2 because because I think it's longer. Especially if you get the entire, there's a mod you can get that restores all of the content for KOTOR 2. I love KOTOR 2. They pushed it a little too hard. They pushed it out way too fast, but I really liked it. CJ for 5. Can Jessica Gao go away? She's self-inserting herself. A She-Hulk has no self-respect for the lore of the character. I would love for her to go away, CJ. I would love for her to go away. Let's see. People saying Ghost Protocol. Dude, Cleveland, no. The Mission Impossible 2 is so bad. Mission Impossible 2 is so bad. Where am I? Leroy Russell for 10. Normally, female leads would be no big deal, but the agenda is being pushed everywhere, so I won't support it anywhere. Option, sure. I prefer to play male leads. Bro Shep greater than female Shep. 20-year vet here. Well, thank you, Leroy, and thank you for your service. I mean, like, I do hear what you're saying. In this day and age, like, everyone is so fucking wary against that shit. Like, you can't doubt that. But still, like, unless there's something else, I don't think, like, I don't think a female-led video game or female-led movie or TV show or anything like that makes it bad or anything like that. It's when you combine that with specific messaging. So when you have, say, Lord of the Rings and a character like Galadriel, right? And she's not the character that you know she is. They're making her do things like lead fucking armies and shit like this that she never did. When you're making her do these things and you're trying to masculinize her, you're trying to show how much better she is than everybody else, and everyone's trying to convince her to stop fighting. She's like, I can't stop fighting. Who am I without it? Like shit like that. That, right? That's when it's like, okay, I can see what they're doing with this female lead. It's a combination of things. But I totally get what you're saying. Cody Warner for 5. Did you see Rory win 18 million? Do you think more players will stay with the PGA now that the purses are higher, or will they leave for LIV? Well, listen, if the PGA Tour raises their shit, all they're going to show is that the LIV had a point, that the LIV Tour had a point. You know? If the PGA, like, that's an admission that what they did was acceptable and okay. You know? Redman for 5. Do you think the tide's turning in Hollywood with Batgirl thrown away? Go woke, go broke is noticed now. I don't, this is what I'll say. I don't personally think that, Batgirl was necessarily a woke thing. I think that they just looked at it and they're like, wow, this isn't very good. I don't see how we're going to make any money from this. Let's just take it as a tax write-down. That's what I think. But I'm not sure. I see everyone's like going crazy about what happened in the chat with like all those freaking memberships from Low Watermark. I think it just got delayed a little bit. I think that's what happened, because I think those are the 20 that Low Watermark gave a little while ago, and then they just like finally like caught up with everyone. But thank you, Low Watermark, again for those 20 gift subs. I like this fucking channel. Error 404 not found. With the 404 as your fucking profile. That's good. That's pretty fucking good. I gotta admit. And Ben, you are still there. There you go. Locals love. Yes. Yes, Lulu. Thank you, guys. Locals love indeed. Let's see. I think we're good on that. Heron of Alexandria, member for 2 months, says, I went to In-N-Out for my grandpa. They got his order wrong. Reminded me of you. That's me. That is me right there. You're right. I am a grandpa that gets his fucking order wrong. BJM says, KOTOR story is greater than any Disney Star Wars story. Yeah, not even fucking close, bro. Not even close, BJM. You're damn right. You're damn right. I don't think Zaslav is going to be a hero for the fandom. He's a lefty and doesn't care about comics either. He just knows business. I don't know if he's a left. Like, I think he's a guy who isn't super political. That's what he seems to me. CJ. I know he donated a lot to Democrats last year, way more than he donated to Republicans. But yeah, I think he's business oriented, which I think is a good thing. Yes, I did see that, Heron. Dude, Sam Hyde is fucking crazy, dude, and I love it. Sam Hyde is so fucking cool. And yeah, he called out Hassan. Hassan was not happy about it. Hassan is in hiding. Hassan is in hiding right now after being called out. Speaking of that, I think I want to see if I can go and check something real quick. I think I missed one article that I wanted for this. I think I missed one article for this. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Here we go. And maybe yes. All right, here we go. Sorry, I didn't have the right thing pulled up, so I had to pull something up. As more time continues to go by and more things start to leak out about Hollywood and what some of these people are involved in, it's more obvious than ever that some people, some of the elites in the entertainment industry, are truly disturbed and disgusting individuals. And what Jeanette McCurdy, former child star at Nickelodeon, revealed a few weeks ago has people looking at Nickelodeon, looking at people like Dan Schneider, who she referred to as the creator, and wondering what's going on and are these things still happening at Nickelodeon. Child star Jeanette McCurdy alleges abuse from unnamed executive, says Nickelodeon offered her $300,000 in hush money and an NDA if she refused to ever talk about the things that happened to her. And now, just a few days ago, another Nickelodeon former star who was on a show that Dan Schneider also happened to work on is speaking out. Former Nickelodeon star Alexa Nicholas protests network, "I didn't feel safe, no more NDAs." Zoe 101 star Alexa Nicholas said she didn't feel safe while at Nickelodeon and is demanding an apology as well as changes for today's kids working at the famed children's network. "I want to make Nickelodeon safe for kids because in my personal experience working on Zoe 101, I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel Nickelodeon was protecting me or had my best interests in mind." And you can see she was here out in front. Nickelodeon didn't protect me. A lot of other people there eat predators. Nickelodeon with a foot on it. And that's, of course, in reference to Dan Schneider, the creator. That's what people are assuming Jeanette McCurdy means by the creator, Dan Schneider himself, who, if you look into the history of Dan Schneider, there is some fucked up shit in his past at Nickelodeon. Not working there anymore, but Nickelodeon has not really ever addressed any of this stuff or any of the former child actors and actresses who are there that say some of these things happen to them. After hearing so many different stories from so many different Nick stars, it just feels like enough is enough. So we're here today trying to make a change at Nickelodeon. I didn't even sleep last night, but I think anyone is redeemable if they actually do the right things moving forward, because they haven't even given a comment. And I think that's awful, because Jeanette and all of us deserve an apology. And this is after Jeanette McCurdy in her book opened up about being asked to strip, given alcohol when she was 18 years old, all these times alone with these different people where she felt like they took advantage of her. She's not the only one. I've heard Alexa Nicholas before. She's calling for an end to NDAs, because right now they make these people sign NDAs so they can't talk about what happened to them at Nickelodeon. It's pretty disgusting, pretty disturbing, especially if you're someone like me who grew up watching a lot of Nickelodeon programs, to have all this stuff revealed, that the people in Hollywood truly are as evil and disgusting as we've always thought they were. This is gross. This is weird. And I hope more attention gets paid to what's going on with some of these children working at Nickelodeon and places like Disney. Alexa Nicholas, Jeanette McCurdy, they're talking about it. Maybe this will encourage. Fuck. I need a drink real quick. God, maybe this will encourage more people to actually tell the truth about what's going on at these places. I was so close to the end, too. Just couldn't help it. All right. Get rid of that. Schneider appeared in Good Burger. Yeah. He's like in a bunch of stuff. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? I love that shit. Bro, I made my dad rent that from the fucking video rental place so many times. He got so pissed because I always wanted to rent that book, like every Friday or whatever, when we'd rent movies. He got so tired of it. Cody Warner for 5. It's an admission the PGA has a monopoly on golf, but if Liv doesn't get a TV contract, it may be short-lived. There's so much money, I think they will, though. I think it'll happen somehow. I think there's room. I hope Ryan's on our side, says Ninja Coaster. Well, I don't know what our side is. I know I'm on my side. Connor Akers for 5. The one thing that will get Dan Schneider in prison and have the story blow up is if Ariana Grande calls him out for his actions. I don't know if I should show this. Let me look. Listen, this video is on YouTube. There's nothing inherently. It's a lot up on YouTube, right? But if you just search Ariana Grande Dan Schneider video, I'll show it to you so you can see the thumbnail. Right here. Ariana Grande being sexualized on Victorious for 2 minutes. What they're having her say, what Dan Schneider is having her do, it's sexual. It's passive as a joke or whatever, but it is sexual. And I'm not going to show it on my stream because I don't want to fucking show that shit, but you can go and look at it for yourself if you want to. And like judge for yourself if you think that like what they're having a 16-year-old do is appropriate. Again, Ariana Grande, Dan Schneider video, that 11 million views will be the first thing that pops up. Some of it's like, okay, whatever, that's innocuous. A lot of the other shit is not. A lot of the other stuff is not. So, just putting that out there. Redman for 5. Any thoughts on parents suing their kids ignored by costume characters at theme parks? Racism, Mark Dice. I've seen that stuff. I have honestly not looked into it. I do know that there's like somebody who got fired because they claimed like that the person inside like a Sesame Street character was ignoring the black children. I don't know if it's true or not. I just saw that report going around, so I don't really have an opinion on it. Other than it was a kind of crazy headline. Joe's Atmosphere for 2. Damn, Comics moved his member stream to Tuesday. Damn, I had no idea. There you go. Comics moved his member stream for everybody that needed to know. Did you notice Tim Pool's new single, Only Ever Wanted, hit the charts? I heard that it's doing really well in the charts, which is not surprising. Listen, we have fucking power. Look at what Dan Vass did with Friday Night Tights theme song. We can chart. Hell yeah. We can do it. Let's see. All caught up there. I did. Steph sent me something here. Rings of Power depiction of Galadriel surprised Morphed Clark. Wow. Okay. Where's the video for that? You said that there's a... Oh, here it is. I see it.
Saw how Galadriel was depicted in the script. Things, both in his past and his
Let's see.
future.
I'm doing a live look at this.
And more with, like I said, Galadriel kind of falls into these issues involving man over elves. Can you talk a little bit, because I don't think it's something we get a sense of much, especially just if you've only seen the movie.
This is interesting.
How she thinks of mankind at this point and how that might develop over the series, as much as you're at liberty to say.
We're doing live reaction here, guys.
I think she's interestingly
All right. I just want to make sure I was in the right spot. I thought I was a fan. All right. Yeah, we'll do a little reaction to this. I have no idea if it's going to be something we clip or not. All right. Pull this in. You never know what'll happen on the stream, guys. You never know what we might come across. One of the problems that people have had with the Rings of Power series is that so many of the characters that are being advertised have nothing to do with Tolkien, have nothing to do with Lord of the Rings, the Silmarillion, the First and Second Age, nothing. These characters are invented for this series. In many cases, it's for purposes of diversity and identity politics. That much has even been admitted by the people that are running this series. But even for people that we recognize, even for characters that we know and that we care about, and that so many Tolkien fans around the world know everything about, these characters look, act, feel nothing like the characters that they're supposed to be portraying. That's why so many people are upset. And one of those characters is absolutely Galadriel, a character who's so beloved, but for the Rings of Power series, Amazon has turned her into some sort of warrior princess, something that she absolutely never was, but it's something that they're pushing. Now, it looks like in a new interview, the person playing Galadriel, Morphed Clark, the same one who attacked fans for daring to criticize any of her castmates that are black, because heaven forbid, you can't do that. Even if your criticism is valid, has nothing to do with racism, you're not allowed to criticize her black castmates. She wants you off the internet and not to follow her anymore. Well, now even she is saying, when she found out how Galadriel was being depicted in this, she was surprised because she didn't think that this is how Galadriel was. Isn't that interesting? Lord of the Rings of Power's depiction of Galadriel surprised star Morphed Clark. Morphed Clark takes the lead in Prime Video's Lord of the Rings of Power as Galadriel, a character that should be familiar to Lord of the Rings fans. However, fans may be surprised by this younger Galadriel compared to her older self seen in Tolkien's original Middle-earth saga. Yeah, they are going to be surprised because this is not that character. This is a fan fiction made up bullshit from Amazon that should be obvious to everyone. Galadriel in Rings of Power has an edge to her and skirts close to darkness in a way that seems opposite of the calm and graceful Lady of Lorien from Lord of the Rings. Well, calm and graceful except when tempted by the ring. Speaking to comicbook.com, Clark says even she was surprised by the series' take on Galadriel. It definitely surprised me because I thought I was a fan. I'd read The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, seen the films, but I had no idea about the First and Second Age. That was really kind of exciting to learn all this extra stuff about the world that I loved. It's really interesting that she's so conflicted and going through so much, because I feel the people in my life who had the most kind of chill and serene as Galadriel have usually been through a lot. It was interesting to work with opposites, you know? How far can she go to what we know she will become? How far can we push this? How far can we reasonably make this shit up that she's able to become that person at the end? That's what this is. This is all bullshit. So you had no idea about these other stories. You got fed this line of bullshit from the writers, from the people that decided they were going to take this way. And just like so many other of these characters that are like, wow, I really see, like, what I see in my life really reflects what I see in this story. Same thing, apparently, with Galadriel. And not only that, she also talked about how her journey ends up tying her back to the journey of man, or something to do with men. And she has this response. Haven't listened to this yet. So this is going to be the first time I'm hearing what she says about men and the world of man.
For elves. Can you talk a little bit, because I don't think it's something we get a sense of much, especially just if you've only seen the movies, how she thinks of mankind at this point and how that might develop over the series, as much as you're at liberty to say?
Well, I think she's interestingly out of touch and separated from them, but also sees herself as a guardian. She wants them to be safe and protected, but also doesn't understand how men exist. She's an elf alone in many regards.
Now, like, this could be talking about specifically like races, right? Elves compared to the race of man, like stuff like that, as opposed to just specifically talking about men. But I will let her continue. That's what I think she's probably talking about.
And that was interesting to explore, because I think so much of the power of all the characters in Middle-earth come from their community. And she's somewhat at odds with that.
There you go. So she's not really familiar with man. She's isolated, but she feels like a guardian. She feels the need to protect them. And my main problem with this entire thing, with this entire interview with her, is once again, she's admitting that even she didn't think that this is right. She didn't think it felt right. She hadn't read all this other stuff. Guess what? None of that stuff, none of the other stuff that the First and Second Age that Tolkien tells us about, none of that justifies what they're about to do with her character. None of it justifies her going to Numenor. None of it justifies the way she's being portrayed as some sort of fucking warrior princess. None of it justifies any of that. None of it justifies her falling in love. It looks like she's going to be flirting with Sauron. That's what it looks like is going to happen in this series, in Rings of Power. None of that can be justified by what Tolkien wrote. It's all made up. It's all from these fucking showrunners, from the writers, from the executive producers who want it to reflect the world that we're currently living in. They don't care about Tolkien. They just want to tell the story that they want to tell, regardless of what's in front of them. Even the character, the actor who plays the character of Galadriel, didn't think it felt right. Shocking. Holy shit. I see Jane Theory in the chat. What's up, Jane? I have a story about Jane Theory. Jane refused to come on Sporky News podcast with me. That's my story. Sure, I was going to be there. She's like, fuck no, I can't be seen with him. No, thank you. Boom, boom, boom. Now she's lying about it. Now she's lying. Yeah, I see I'm blurry, I guess. You guys are saying I'm blurry. My internet's acting up again. Let's check my speed. You guys want to see it? It shows my IP. I'm not going to do that. Bro, my download speed is a fucking monster, bro. My download speed's like sitting at 750 megabytes per second. What's my upload? It's like at 35. Why am I blurry? Well, I'm not blurry anymore. Maybe. At least I shouldn't be. I shouldn't have any fucking issues. I'm hardwired in, motherfuckers. I'm hardwired in. It's not my camera either. God damn it. Whatever. All right. Let's catch up with some of this. Kate J, what's up, Kate? For $5 says, honestly, sick to my stomach hearing about this, but actually makes Amanda Bynes' meltdown make even more sense. God knows what she's been through too. I mean, I think all these child people who go through Nickelodeon or Disney, like all of them have some fucked up stories. No, there's a difference in blurry between when my camera blurs out a little bit, vice when, and I can see when my internet says it's struggling, which never should be. It never should be. Not with my fucking power. All right. I want to again give a big shout out over to the people on Locals. So this is my Locals community over here. If you guys didn't see it, if you're not familiar with it, I think we've got something like almost 3,000 like members over there. And anyone can like see it. Anyone can look at what's going on here with this chat, this Locals chat that we have. And there's even like, you can do memes and stuff like that. There were a bunch of memes that were there before, but you do get some exclusive content. If you do want to be a supporter, supporters can chat. Supporters can even post shit themselves in my community, just like you see with the Geeks and Gamers community. Every 10 supporters that I get over there, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a merch giveaway. So right now we need 3 more supporters on Locals to be able, God damn it, 3 more supporters over on Locals, and we're going to hand out the hat and the shirt combos. Look at this shit. Can't fucking wait. And I wanted to launch my merch store today, but we can't do it today, so we're probably going to do it next week. I wanted to launch today, but we're probably going to have to wait till next week. But if we get 3 more supporters over on Locals for $5 a month, just like it is over on like channel member or Patreon, whatever, $5 a month, you get the exclusive content, you get stream shit like that. At 40, we'll do a merch giveaway to the supporters. At 50, we'll give a merch giveaway. 60, 70, all that shit. So please go support me over on Locals. I would really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Other things that we need to talk about. I launched a new channel, ladies and gentlemen. I launched a new channel. Can you not lower the price? It's $5. What do you mean? What do you want me to lower it to? I think it's pretty low. I want to get this channel to 100 subs before we go. I know you guys don't like shorts. I just launched this, and Steph has to go because she's going to go play Mario Kart. Go cheer for Steph over at Mario Kart when I send you guys there. I did just launch this channel. I want to try to experiment with it. So this is RK Outpost Shorts. Let me put the channel in the chat here. Subscribe to RK Outpost Shorts. Because what I don't want to, like, obviously YouTube's pushing shorts right now, and I'm taking advantage of that, and I want to take advantage of that. But what I don't want to do is clog the sub feed of my main channel if that's not something you want. Maybe you don't want notifications for sure. Maybe you don't want that kind of shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using these shorts to try to, a whole channel dedicated to shorts, see if it works. And I'm going to try, and I'm going to do my best to try to then direct people over to my main channel. That's kind of what I want to do with it. So we'll see if that works. Let me go and let me pin that really quick that I just put in. So maybe you guys can go over that. Let's see. Tons of shadow ban channels get millions of views because YouTube pushes them so hard. I know, Cyberchub, but I would rather not. I would rather not do that if it's not something people want, because I've seen people get pushback for it. And I don't want people that subscribe to the channel to like not get what they want. So I only want people seeing it that want that content, because that's obviously a shift from what I normally do. So if you guys could support that, if I could get it to 100 subscribers by the end of the stream, I would really fucking appreciate that. Also, what was I going to say? Also, I now have a podcast feed, so it's on Podbean. It's also on Spotify. It will eventually get on Apple and stuff like that later. But if you use Spotify, go search Ryan Kinel RK Outpost. You'll find it. I'm starting to do just all my daily videos that I do. I'm going to combine them into just a little 20, 30-minute audio-only segment and put those out every day. I just want to be on every fucking platform I can be, because I know people consume shit a lot of different places. I'm on Facebook. So you can even check out Facebook. And Ryan Kinel, RK Outpost, I have a page there. I got over 500 followers now. So please, I'm trying to grow everything everywhere all at once. And I appreciate the hell out of all of you guys. So thank you for those of you that are subscribing to Shorts. For the people that are supporting over on Locals, I just saw Bruce said he signed up for a fucking annual subscription. Hell yes. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the hell out of you. Hey, that's coming next. Somebody said OnlyFans. Hey, that's coming next. You never know. Yeah, you need an option to remove the shorts from the main page too. I do think that would be a good idea. Would be a good idea. So thank you guys very much. Again, shout out Meta PCs. I talked about them earlier. If you need a PC, go check them out. My website has a big update. You can go there and see it. It's not quite fully done yet, but if you do want to check out the website, go check it out. Tell me your feedback. Tell me if you like it. We're going to make some updates to the supporters page. It's not going to be a member. It's going to say supporters on it. And the merch store will be public soon. Cannot wait. Mark Hendricks says, good luck tonight, Miss Steph. May all the shells miss you. Smooth moderator. She's a smooth moderator. Is that what you want me to say? You got to sing it, Ryan. Thank you, Mark Hendricks. Appreciate you, man. And I think we're all caught up. So now let me redirect you to the Mario Kart stream. Should be very fun. Big shout out to my people on Rumble. Big shout out to my people over on Odyssey. And big shout out to my peeps over on Locals who have been hanging out. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. It's cool. We got that little community growing. That's always a good thing. So let me go to YouTube Studio. We're very close to 100 subscribers over on the Shorts channel too, guys. Thank you. Let me go to my live, and we'll do the live redirect to send you guys to Mario Kart. It'll be fun. It's disingenuous to say something is good that isn't. I agree, Gung Ho Mac. I agree. Which is why I try not to do those things. I tell you guys my honest opinions. Thank you, Selena. I appreciate it. Redirect, other channels, Geeks and Gamers. They're about to start over there. So go head over and support them. As soon as this stream ends, it's going to send you right over to the Geeks and Gamers Mario Kart stream. Make sure to cheer for Steph and make sure to cheer against Jeremy and Ripa. That's the goal. That's the deal that must be made. Appreciate the hell out of everybody. Thanks for 100 subs on the Shorts channel. I will talk to you later. Peace.